Good news, y'all. It's fucking 2008 because Rudy Giuliani's been pranked by Sacha Baron Cohen.
Wow, who would have guessed? Sacha Baron Cohen, that prankster,
That
has finally
that
gone for
wily
the big
trickster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, known for such films as the hit 2006 film My Wife, starring your favorite movie boy Borat.
And
Yep.
his follow-up film, Offensive
My
Gay
Wife.
Stereotype.
That's Borat's reference that he says in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Classic
also
movies.
none of us can wait for his upcoming film, the even more like Middle Eastern, the bigger Middle Eastern takedown, where he really sticks it to them and the dictator.
Finally, someone's racist against Middle Eastern people. We've all been waiting.
Yeah, I mean, like that show Homeland wasn't enough.
We were all shocked when was it him that made out? He didn't make out with. That was John C. Reilly that made out with Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
We were shocked that he would appear in such a gay film,
Mm-hmm.
in such a homosexual.
Coming of age tale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, though,
But,
he tricked Rudy Giuliani into an interview, as he does, that wily trickster him. And,
That's the only way that he can get an interview these days, is if they don't tell him that it's Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
yeah,
have to.
like
I mean,
fucking.
That's the whole
yeah.
bit.
He is like the Bugs Bunny, I guess, of our generation, right?
I would say that's an apt description, Bugs Bunny, because he's not quite as he's a little bit more focused than what's his face, Andy Kaufman.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse. That
Yep.
little rascal who's known for just going off the wheel
For his tricks and his schemes.
and his boners,
But yeah.
as they used to say.
Oh yeah, Mickey's always pulling boners, but I still
I mean, who
contend
is
that
it?
the greatest.
I've got an erection. Oh no.
Yeah, right. The greatest fucking character trick comedian, whatever you fucking want to call him, is Bill Hicks as Alex Jones, which will be revealed at the end of 2020. That's 2020's final act.
God, I fucking wish.
Yeah.
This isn't even. I don't even feel like Cohen even did anything great. Apparently, they set up an interview with Giuliani with a woman asking Giuliani questions before Cohen burst in wearing a pink bikini. Now, Giuliani, of course, says this guy comes running in wearing a crazy, what I would say was a pink transgender outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows a lot about pink transgender outfits, of
It's
course.
just a bikini. One of those pink transgender
I-
outfits.
Well, okay, as we know, because we all know trans people in our lives, there is a uniform that you are given when you are given HRT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, how does he think songs go? By the way, like it was an itsy bitsy teeny weeny. That's definitely a trans person's uniform.
I've seen it before.
right
I've seen it on
So-
Your
Fox
ABAB
News.
assigned bikini at birth. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe that Fox News would lie to me about the transgender uniform, but it turns out they didn't. Cohen knows what it is even too, so.
This fucking quote is amazing. I'm a fan. This is Giuliani. I'm a fan of some of his movies, Borat in particular, of course, because it's
I've been to
Kino.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah, because I've been to Kazakhstan. He said before adopting the Borat accent, adding, "She is my sister. She is number 4 prostitute in all of Kazakhstan." That was pretty
Bo-
funny.
Your bit is canceled. You can't do the my wife bit
we have an
anymore.
unironic Borat enjoyer.
that I think is more cursed than like anything
What
else.
what I think is worse though is that he chose a line that is not my wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. That's not even like an iconic Borat. You know, like if he said "wow woo wee wow," like holy fuck, like "wow woo wee wow" is my personal creed, but number 4 prostitute in all of Kazakhstan. That's not, you know.
That's a quote for the real heads. That's a deep cut right there. Like,
Yeah, you've got to watch the commentary to really
Yeah.
really wrap your head around that one.
for all
Yeah.
my Cohen bros out there. Hold on, different group. Sorry.
Yeah, different films.
Very nice.
Different group of folks. Those are the guys that made those Garfield movies.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah, Bo, your bit is canceled. You can no longer do it. Rudy Giuliani has single-handedly ruined one of our favorite bits for this podcast.
Yeah, well, at least all those 9/11 jokes I still do are still evergreen.
I don't think that you can really.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't think that Giuliani is a credible source here because I remember there was a 1993 episode of Seinfeld where he couldn't tell the difference between fat-free yogurt and like regular yogurt.
Oh right. Yeah, it was the frozen yogurt episode. And everyone
And
was
he-
freaking
yeah,
out.
like his cholesterol went up, and it was all like Jerry's fault because they got Giuliani eating yogurt or some shit. But he couldn't tell. Like this fucking ass. This is like 20 years ago, 30 years ago now.
That had to do with the election to be the mayor of New York. Did you know that they filmed like 3 different versions of that just in case someone else won?
That's funny.
Jesus.
Wow.
This is also the era that Seinfeld was like dating a 17-year-old high school student.
Yeah, not so great.
How
Good
are you
times.
in a room with Rudy Giuliani and he is not the most problematic
Right?
person
Yeah,
in
seriously.
that room?
Psychic Dolphin Garage.
Hey, himbos, bimbos, and thimbos. Welcome to another episode of Psychic Dolphin Garage. I'm Kelton,
And I'm Zach.
I'm Bo.
And I'm Dennis.
and this week we have a very special guest with us. How's it going?
Glad to be here. I will have to say, so Cooper Cherry of the Machinic Unconscious Happy Hour podcast, named directly inspired by Psychic Dolphin Garage. Partially at least.
Hell yeah.
Partially
Yes.
inspired.
You guys showed me.
just the bad part.
You guys showed me that having a lot of syllables in your title can be a good thing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, because there's nothing better than, saying like, oh, have you heard of this podcast to somebody? Because that's always a fucking great conversation to have. And then you say, you spend half an hour saying the title.
Right.
And with Psychic Dolphin Garage, I think it's really, I mean, should we make it wordier?
We've streamlined it to just say PDG now, and that's really kind of unbeatable.
Is that the
Right.
fucking all lowercase rebrand, basically, is what we're doing?
Yeah, eventually. So, like, I can't tell you how many times that I've been on Grindr and people are like, oh, so what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I record a podcast. Oh, where can I listen to it? What is it called? Psychic
Don't.
Dolphin Garage. And they're like, what's it about? I'm like, no, it's too late
That's
now.
good.
Repairing. Yeah,
What's it about? That's the wrong question. That's the wrong
I mean,
question. First of
Diane
all,
von Furstenberg had
Why?
to rebrand as DVG, so there you go. She's the real trailblazer.
Honestly, I think that Jean-Claude Van Damme
Nice.
really kind of laid the ultimate groundwork
Uh-huh.
with JCVD. Because 3 letters of an, that's fine. But to say I deserve that 4th letter, that 4th syllable in the summary, bold. Just a masterclass.
JCVD is like a dead video format. It's like a disc. It's a disc that somehow is also a cassette. Like,
yeah, no, I was gonna say like I thought that we were much more inspired by Eddie Van Halen and his EVH brand of musical accessories. Like I feel like that was a much more like long lasting branding choice.
yeah.
And clearly the 4 letters are what hurts it. So you almost learned from us, Cooper.
I do
the
have 4
PDG,
letters though.
3
I've got
letters.
4.
You
I
gotta-
went a step further. You have to reiterate on these things.
You have
got
to
to go
iterate,
take it a step
exactly.
further.
Yeah,
push
okay,
the envelope.
Okay.
Also, I would say something in Machinic Unconscious Happy Hour's credit. You can't say puttiga. Totally.
Ma?
Puttiga? No. Ma? No, yeah. Puttiga?
MUHH, baby.
Are you ma? Are you ma, bruh?
Are you a ma, bro?
Oh
my,
my God.
my podcast.
From Mud?
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Cooper, please cultivate a fan base of just absolute chode dudes. Just steal Joe Rogan's fucking people and just call them mubras.
I wish I could talk about weed more.
Well, thanks for joining us on today's episode. Don't miss our second release Friday, and don't miss our stream tonight.
We will finally finish Upstate Revolution, I promise.
God, one of these fucking days. There's only like 5 pages left, but we can drag it out for 6 hours. Believe me.
Did you say fillet in Revolution?
Yeah, we've been reading Lenin on stream. Even me, the anarchist, reading Lenin on stream.
We're getting canceled. Well, Lenin is straight up canceling the anarchists.
Right?
Yeah,
the Cheka.
so
The Checker really did cancel the anarchists.
I'm proud of him. I appreciate everything that Lenin says and does.
I'm an anarchist too, so don't feel bad.
Yeah. No, it's also funny because it's like I don't feel like he's critiquing me because I'm reading him. He's critiquing people that haven't read him.
He's like, you could be better. Just listen to me for a second. God damn it. What I loved too is we found out on our stream that he was actually a really big fan of Kropotkin, and even though Kropotkin didn't read his book and didn't really like him, but when Kropotkin was like really old and like dying, he made sure that he had like health care and was taken care of. And I was like, oh, that's sweet.
Simp.
You got to take care of Santa Claus, bread Santa Claus.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, no. If even Lenin can provide for the thinkers of his day and era that disagreed with him, then certainly we can reach out to the Rudy Giuliani's of our time.
Famous leftist Rudy Giuliani.
Famous leftist Rudy Giuliani, who must be protected.
Mm-hmm.
Also, maybe Frazier too while we're at it. But before that, I guess 4th of July is over. Tax day is wasn't taxes due in June.
What the fuck?
Taxes are due.
We're due in April, and then they got extended to being due now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was already a month late.
Yeah.
I thought I was a month late. So honestly,
there's a second tax day now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They could have extended it this whole time, and and the day that it's due on is arbitrary and meaningless for society to continue to exist. Wow.
I'm still filing taxes from the fucking 70s.
It's almost like taxation is theft. Is that
Hold on.
Is that
Hold on.
this podcast?
Hold
Wait.
on. Nope.
Okay, all right.
Black and yellow flag unfurls from behind Zach.
You see, as an anarchist, an
anarcho cat. No, cut the stream. Cut the stream.
The black isn't from the anarchists, son. It's from me.
I would love it, by the way, like if on the next stream you just decided to do okay, now we're going to be doing as a reading series
Murray Rothbard.
The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, unedited, unabridged.
We'd get taken down by Twitch. That would be TOS. They won't TOS us for
the real ANCAP thing to do is to play BioShock and then just totally appreciate the society it's created. Just like, oh well, no, you see, it's flooding and underwater because the free market will eventually fix this up.
Yeah, right.
If the communists weren't coming through and trying to dismantle, this baby stage of what the free market could be, then we would actually see it mature into something wonderful. But all the rebels have spent all their time trying to dismantle what's been so great, and that's why we should just let Disney World open up.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a brilliant line.
That's really ultimately what it boils down to, right? Like all the ANCAPs need to figure out a place to take their girlfriends.
Yeah.
Somalia.
What girlfriends?
Disney World, Dennis. Girlfriends.
The ones they met on Wayfair.
The ones under the age.
We'll get to that in just a second.
Is Disneyland opening too, or is it just
No.
like Florida that's... Okay.
No, it is not. If it was, I swear to God, I would figure out a way to move.
Burn
because
the place to the
I,
ground at that point.
I live so close to Disneyland, it's ridiculous.
Move into Disneyland, or
No, just
help out?
move very far away from it. The thing is, California's our governor
Gavin Newsom
has,
may have gotten plastic surgery at the age of 30, but he didn't do crack from 30 to 52.
He's
right.
Patrick
I mean,
Bateman.
Gavin Newsom, by far has bungled this whole entire COVID thing, but he has at least not opened up stadiums and amusement parks. So thank God.
Yeah.
It is really weird, by the way, as a sports fan, to be seeing some journalism products come out of Phoenix, and I'm not even going to say newspaper because I don't know what the fuck comes out of Arizona other than horny blondes.
And AJJ. Can't forget all the folk punk.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need to respect the wild and diverse culture of trash that exists in Arizona. But all of their newspaper reporters are talking about, we've run out of dead body trucks, basically. So we're just going to use refrigerated trucks and kind of hope for the best. And then when asked about it, the Arizona Cardinals football team are just like, yeah, we're fully expecting practice to start in another couple of weeks. It's going to be
Jesus Christ.
Nothing ever happened.
Well, to quote the Florida governor, if you can do Walmart, then we absolutely can do the schools. And I'm hoping he means blow them up.
It's too bad the Cowboys don't do their shit here anymore in Austin. That would be perfect.
Oh yeah.
Spring training is all in Florida, so all of the baseball teams have already.
Well, and Arizona, so no matter
you know.
which way you go, they're fucked.
Right. It's
Texas, Arizona, and Florida are just like
The
forming
Triple Alliance.
this like bizarre COVID
Right.
denial.
The Axis
death.
powers.
Orange County, California is quickly going to become one of these. There's been a lot of news of Orange County, the county board lying about the number of cases that have been here, just straight up lying, and like doing the whole thing like they were doing in Japan and saying, "Oh, these were just pneumonia deaths. These weren't like." These were just the flu. They weren't
or fuck Japan,
coronavirus.
the thing they've been doing in Texas.
Oh yeah,
It's-
or in Texas.
It's insane that like denial of coronavirus has led to this, and using the same arguments that we would use to be like, hey, maybe the fact that they're getting this wrong means that they're out to hurt us, and they're like actively don't want to harm their monetary bottom line. Instead, it's been co-opted into like, no, the
You
virus
actually
is
should not
real.
wear
And
condoms.
It's like what?
Is like the thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I lied. Told you by a big condom.
Glasses
I
make
don't
you
wear
more.
condoms because I need to let my
Right?
cock breathe.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
right.
You get CO2 poisoning on your dick otherwise, and that's not a fun time.
Glasses make your eyes worse. You shouldn't wear glasses. You should let your body naturally fight its being
Sunscreen.
blind.
Yeah, herd immunity and nearsightedness.
Sunscreen is just a liberal plot.
Multivitamins, just put tracking devices in you. Don't
Yeah.
ask me how.
I do love that, by the way. That share your assigned a number at birth, and share you're on social media sites that track your every movement, so they can sell you ads.
And the 5G tracks your phone. It's not the 4G or the 3G. Only the 5G tracks.
Is only
you.
the
Literally,
5G.
Siri just went off as I was talking. About
Coincidence? I think
that.
not.
Oh dear God! It keeps happening. It keeps happening. Someone make it stop.
All right, Kelton. Time to
Turn
get
off Hey Siri.
Time to get
No,
a,
I will never turn off that phrase.
Time to get a
I
Faraday
actually-
page for your
I
phone
actually
while you're
had to-
recording, Kelton.
I had to turn off Hey Siri because apparently me and my roommate have extremely similar voices, which we don't, but Siri doesn't seem to distinguish between us, and so he would just fucking annoy me with it. And I would
All
have
you
to use it
meatbags
to, like,
sound the same to me.
basically. I'd have to use it because I cook, and so it's like, oh hey, set a timer. So now I have to use my fucking fingers.
What they should just let
Yucky.
you do is rename the
Yeah.
fucking
I rename-
character on the phone.
I renamed mine to Hey Lois.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
That wouldn't get abused at all. Hey, bitch of an ex-wife. Tell me, please.
Oh no. Well, I guess if we're gonna talk about blowing up things in Florida, we might as well talk about the Mission San Gabriel fire.
Yeah,
I do enjoy this little bit of like local news, local flavor, because like while the whole world is focused on the Catholic Church getting a $1.4 billion bailout because they couldn't afford to operate because they're just having to pay off so many children being sexually abused.
Just
Like-
the Pope gets to sit in his big old castle with his Prada shoes. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
On a
know.
throne
Like we
of
just need the
gold.
money.
Just like a boots on the ground style church, just experienced like a 4-alarm fire.
This
which,
isn't a boots on the ground church. This is a historical church. It's one of the. Do they have missions?
Isn't
That,
every church historical?
Texas has missions, but the mission system wasn't quite as extensive as it was over here in California, both Baja and North
I mean,
Day.
like, ask certain militia groups, and they'll definitely agree with you that there are a lot of missions in Texas.
But
yeah,
like
the missions in general, historically are basically a symbol of Catholic genocide. We don't learn about it as much in Texas. Certainly, it happened here, but that was before it was Texas. That was when it was Mexico.
We literally spend a month in 4th and 8th grade learning about the mission system.
Again, we don't learn anything in Texas, Dennis. They give us
I
a
guess
gun
not.
and a corn dog.
We're too busy
the-
learning about the Alamo.
For the 5th
Yeah,
time.
man.
Hell yeah!
The big thing in California is in 4th grade you have to make a mission. Like you have to actually make a model of one. That's the big project that you have to do
Teaches
in 4th
you a
grade.
lot.
But Mission San Gabriel is actually very, very close to my my apartment. I live kind of in between 2 missions. I've been to this mission before too. It's one of the local ones.
Did Tom Cruise ever visit for Mission Impossible?
Oh, shut
I don't
up.
know, but
Like
no,
none
the,
of us were thinking about. Don't act like you googling and seeing what autofilled when you typed in mission.
But the mission like it caught on fire, and that. The thing is, they're very suspicious that there might be foul play, although there doesn't seem to be any evidence of that.
I mean, it's a 250-year-old building. Like, one electrical plug that goes wrong, or if you leave one candle burning, and that whole thing is just fucked.
It's
Somebody
not only
walked
that,
in
but
putting their phone in
Candles
airplane
in the
mode.
Catholic Church, Zach? No, that couldn't happen. No way.
It's not only that, but we're in the middle of a heat wave right now. Like, I'm not surprised that my apartment hasn't spontaneously combusted.
There
It's
could have
so
been
fucking hot.
There could have been a broken beer bottle.
Sorry.
Dennis is gonna spontaneously combust.
Yeah,
But the dry run from coronavirus.
the the surrounding missions in the area have now beefed up their security because a lot of
Oh my god.
Beefcakes.
because part of the BLM protests too have been about indigenous rights over here in California, and a lot of people have been trying to tear down not just statues of Columbus that we have around here, but of Junipero Serra, who was the father of the mission system, and like Zach had mentioned, basically committed genocide here in California. I learned yet again about the mission system in college, but this time from a kind of a leftist perspective, and not great. The basically completely destroying the way that men and women interact with one another, taking all of the resources, and completely making destroying any sort of third gender that existed in the various tribes around the area. Not great stuff. So a lot of people are very sad about this, but I'm not going to be losing any sleep over this. It certainly is a historical building, but I don't know. The museum is fine. The museum is located somewhere else, so the museum is fine.
And
That's all we need to know.
Too, worst case scenario, what we get out of this is a new Los Angeles black metal band. So, how bad could it be?
We're sorely missing black metal here in LA too. We actually don't have that many. We don't have that many black metal bands.
The scene is in need.
Yeah.
I thought that there were a whole bunch of white supremacists in Orange County, though.
Well, but they're too busy, sitting in their cruisers, to actually
White
fucking compose
supremacist
music.
ska punk is a thing, probably.
Oh,
I guess.
God.
That for sure is that is Orange County bred. But Mission San
Go
Gabriel
back to where
is-
you came from, bro.
Jesus.
Mission San Gabriel is in Los Angeles County. It's south of Pasadena, where they have the Rose Parade.
We got a Pasadena in Texas.
What I really want, by the way, is all of us to take photos at various different famous city names, but all
Paris.
in Texas.
I was
And
going
then
to say.
You have
big
Paris.
dude who's just like, oh, yeah, we got that, but Texas.
and it's just you getting arrested by the cops for holding up a Black Lives Matter sign
In Paris, Texas.
in Paris, Texas.
Isn't
Yeah.
there a London,
Yeah,
Texas
I think
too?
so.
There
There
is.
is.
There's an
There's Italy.
every
There's a
Texas.
new
There's
Ulm
fucking...
as well. Dime box.
I know there's
Italy, big Italy, just right size Italy. Fuck you. I can call it Little Italy if I want to. Little Italy.
I know there's a new
see,
Brumpels.
if you upgrade from the middle Italy to the large Italy, you save $1 in the combo. So.
Oh, see, there you go. It's just spaghetti meatballs, right?
Oh yeah.
It's just
Why-
Why
gabagool.
isn't there a fucking Italian fast food chain? That'd be good.
Fazoli's.
Like,
That-
there's
we
like
have-
shitty Italian food, but like I'm saying, like I want the person to hand me a handful of spaghetti and meatballs
In a bag.
as I pull through the drive-through.
Just like
yeah.
Fazoli's. Fazoli's
Yeah.
is what you're looking for. Fazoli's,
Like,
is
Fazoli's-
almost shut down, right?
Fazoli sucks. Don't get me wrong, but like I want like some genuine suck.
I mean,
you want an actual drive-through. So I was gonna say there are like they're just like kind of small chains. Like there's one around here called the
Olive Garden?
Scaries. That's yeah, Olive Garden not quite.
Olive
But-
Garden's
you go
like
there, your family. So
Olive-
it's not quite the
Olive
same.
Garden's like okay.
Olive
Like,
Garden's
It's premium
Wow.
mediocre. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like this is not terrible considering that you probably cooked it in a microwave.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Being vegan, I can only eat the breadsticks, the salad, and the minestrone soup. And honestly, before going vegan, I had that food there, and it wasn't that great. And going after is like, oh, this is
they
fine.
don't put butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The minestrone
So
soup
being
is fine.
vegan raised
They
the
don't put
quality
real
of
butter
it.
on their breadsticks.
Yeah, because you're like,
Everybody-
well, this is just. They don't. It's olive
Ah.
oil.
Look, I don't know what y'all's problem is. Almost every fast food restaurant now sells mozzarella sticks and marinara sauce, and that's
There you go.
representation, honestly.
Yep. Uh huh.
Yeah.
As an Italo Spaniard, I certainly do feel seen.
Italo Spaniard. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like
Just the word Spaniard, but in italics.
Yeah.
That's all.
This is
So-
this is where. Wait, no, that doesn't quite work. I was gonna say I've definitely had like ranch style beans and spaghetti noodles before, but
I
that
mean,
wasn't
now,
quite.
now,
Call
was
that a
this like
spaghetti
a
western.
broke boy meal, or was this a high as fuck motherfucker meal?
That's
I
like-
mean, could have been either way, honestly.
Yeah.
did you hallucinate this meal? Was this
No, I
a
did
meal
not.
that you
Nope.
dreamt of on mushrooms?
Ranchero style beans.
It's no,
with
it's
some
No,
nice
no, it's the
marinara.
ranch, the real legit ranch style beans.
That's
good
just
s- the good
Mexican
stuff.
Cincinnati chili.
it's yeah, no, it's
Right.
Skyline
Yeah.
chili. It's Ranchero line chili. Instead of chili, it's ranch style beans. I fucking love ranch style beans though.
They
Ranch
go
style
hard,
beans
for sure.
and rice and some fucking Frank's Red Hot is. Well, I guess now
That's a
I
full meal
use
right there.
Valentina. That's a full fucking. That'll get you through the day right there.
Yep.
Everything a body needs.
It is everything a body needs. And that's what they pack in the. That's what they pack in the Wayfair. That's what they pack in the Wayfair.
It's happening.
Yeah,
It's
in
full
the
of
cabinets.
ranch style beans. That's why
Yeah.
it costs so much.
I mean, that's where you get
Yeah.
the body to give the body what it needs. There you
See,
fucking go.
I was seeing this pop up all online, so I am very excited here, y'all, because I literally don't know what the fuck people are talking about with Wayfair. I've purposefully tried to stay ignorant so I can give live reactions
So,
to it. 'Cause
I
I know it relates to Wayfair and kids and trafficking of some kind. So
yeah,
I'm
so
able
let's,
to kind
let's
of
explain like Kelton's 5 and also pack him into a shipping bag.
Let me get
I
my
mean,
Rust Coal chart out. For
like
you.
I was made aware of this because I have a roommate who is a Zoomer. He's 19 years old, and
baby.
like yeah, and saw this and like made this like gasp. Was like, did you know they're doing this? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking? Like I had to teach him about Occam's razor and how that's a thing. But
Oh, that's real like daddy energy, by the way.
Occam's
Like,
razor? You
teaching-
mean
Come here,
the
son.
cell
teaching your
phone?
young twink how to shave using Occam's razor.
but God, don't please not now. I'm dying. I'm dying.
You gotta lather it up first, son.
I'm about to just throw up right here on camera. But-
Suddenly it becomes a whole different show.
All right, so Kelton and for the uninitiated, some like 20-year-old or like something was
You put some real stank on that. Wow.
Because they're dumb.
Or
They're
something.
just fucking dumb. Like I know.
19 is cute. 20 is old and dumb.
No, I know I'm gonna get flack for like saying that younger people like are kind of dumb and just
Cancel
don't
for
like.
ageism, man.
Yeah, but like the thing is like you just think for like 5 seconds. Like their brains are so poisoned by Twitter and seeing everything like flash before their eyes like second by seconds. Like maybe just like take 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 65 seconds to like have a whole thought process through before you just blurt out something stupid.
Take
But-
at least a
so-
Vine's length of time.
So what are they blurting out though? Like what
So-
exactly is being said?
So these like young people found on Wayfair these like filing cabinets and other pieces of furniture like pillows and things that are going for like exorbitant amounts of money, like up to like $20,000, and they have names of women or like female names and some male names as well. And people were like, "Why are these so expensive? What's going on?" And then they Googled the names and also like missing children or like missing reports, and they found like that the names of like they're shipping the Wayfair is shipping kids with the like these
No
packages.
fucking way.
Yeah.
That level of dumb.
It's like
Right.
I typed in Chris missing child onto Google, and then what do you
Boom,
know? It
there
turns
it is.
out there is one.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
and of course, it was explained to a lot of them that it's very common to name objects after women. It's actually a pretty problematic thing.
No, we name women after objects. Okay, did it?
Yeah, the thing
Yeah.
is, a lot of these are like very like specific names that if you Google that there are actually missing children that have that name, and so they're like, oh my
there are
god.
billions of people on this planet.
Listen, Kelton. Sometimes they use these things like name generators to just create names for products, so that you segment your products out and have different names for them. But we're not all creative like you, okay? We don't all have original names or Bo, who makes the names for the podcast episodes. Like, we don't all have original creative names, just like locked and loaded, ready to go. And so
somewhere like there's an IKEA rep just sweating bullets right now.
absolutely,
They're onto us. Oh god.
Those are
But-
all coded though. They're in like Swedish. So
the other thing
it's
that
all
was going on.
Swedish children.
All those missing
Damn it.
Swedes.
Why didn't that come with my table?
there's a
What
lack,
my Billy
there's a-
bookcase did not come with a child named Billy in it.
right? There's a lack
But-
item that fucking IKEA makes that it always is funny to do like Lacan bits about.
But the
I
other
have
thing
one,
was that the people were explaining the price thing, like people who actually sell stuff online, and it's like a lot of times people will up the price to something ridiculous, like $50,000, $99,000. So no one buys it because they only have like one or two left in stock, and instead of having to like completely do another like entry into the system, they'll just wait for more stock to come in, and then they don't have to redo everything. Then they could just lower the
Right.
price.
Really
And
common
then
on
other-
Amazon. Also really
other-
common like when really common like when Elon Musk bought all those ventilators. Yeah, the
Cat
C-
machines.
yeah. They just changed the price on the online listing.
And then the thing is too, so a lot of these things were like filing cabinets. They're going like industrial grade filing cabinets for like big huge offices, like maybe factories or something. They're going for like $20,000, and that seems like a crazy price for these kids. They're like,
Yeah.
what, $20,000? It's like, yeah, because like shipping is put into that, but also. Like, do you think a child only costs $20,000? A kidney, I looked it up. A kidney on the black market right now is going for $200,000.
Okay, well, we're not saying that these are American-made children, right?
Okay, look.
These are clearly exported foreign children from Herzegovland or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Right,
these are
but-
not fully matured, like carefully fed kidneys that you're buying. These are the ones you have to raise yourselves. These are organic,
These are kidney
homegrown.
beans. These are
Kobe.
Goya-level
Kidney.
No, these are like Kobe beef kids. They're like they're kept in the dark.
This one's going to go D1, okay? You just have to treat it right.
But
Guaranteed.
So, I
I'm
guess-
sorry, you mean A1, the steak ranking, right, Kelton?
so I guess people glommed onto this on Twitter, like Pizzagate folks and QAnon folks glommed onto this on Twitter and Reddit, and it's kind of blown up since then. But the whole thing is like the reason why it's like insidious because it's Wayfair is because earlier this year is found out that Wayfair was giving ICE beds to provide at the detention centers at the border.
Yeah, Wayfair is definitely a shitty company, but
right.
There's levels to the shittiness.
Right, but they're saying like, but then they like crazy brought up the red yarn and was like, but kids are missing from these detention centers. None of them have names that are named after these filing cabinets or things, and then it's too late now. They don't care.
No child named Karen has been detained by ICE.
It's what she's been forcibly renamed.
What I also love is so a lot of these QAnon folks are like, look, see, Wayfair was giving the detention centers beds. This is the only time that they've ever fucking cared about kids at the border. Like, this is the only time because now they can like go ahead and
like that is like a conspiracy of a bunch of children going missing, and they don't fucking care because it's happening for racist reasons, so they're fine with it.
But
because like it's really happening though with ICE is that they are for sure, quote unquote, losing track of these kids, and a lot of the time it's like evangelical adoption shady as shit style operations,
which
right?
probably in itself is pedophilia.
Yes,
unquestionably.
Yeah. I mean
unquestionably.
that's what I'm referring to is like really kind of missing forest for the trees here kind of thing about like no like there is something mad about children and trafficking that you can definitely get mad at.
Yeah.
It's just not quite this level.
Like, why is it that QAnon is always like just this close, just so close to act like, yes, like people in Hollywood are like pedophiles. Yes, the rich elite are all like just trafficking children. Yes, there's something up with ICE. Like just
because
you know what? Yes, there is literally an island with a weird temple on it. Okay, we'll give you that one. Like, there's not a good explanation, clean cut for that particular factor.
But it's not aliens, and Trump is not your guy on the inside. He is the one who set.
He's on the inside, all right.
Oh yes, he's very
inside
much on the inside.
Children.
Have people not watched Serpico? Like at the very least, like they got to know like that's what's happening to them.
Right.
It's just. I just love how
I'm telling you. I think they found out that you don't have to give LSD to people. You just have to control online discourse, and they've been researching that for years. And someone in some office somewhere runs a lot of accounts, and they create these giant like fantastical ideas that are then shared around as true. And it so obfuscates the truth that there's no longer any need for anybody to really know anything or be saying anything that's meaningful because
a good chunk of the public is just so brain poisoned.
I'm convinced that it's like that's the way that they control narratives because you don't have to lie. You just have to tell enough. You can tell enough of the truth. You can take all the truth that we know and then turn it into something that's bigger. And as long as you control the discourse, the dialogue about it, and the direction that it goes, then you've won.
I think that
you get it, man. The Wayfair conspiracy is a conspiracy.
It's just. It's just like obviously cabin fever is setting in really hard for a lot of people, like real hard. And
consumers have not fucked in months.
My partner's dad is finally on Facebook posting, and he uses emojis when texting her now. So like they're getting online. They've learned how to Google the things that they need.
Also, a lot of Zoomers are very anti-sex now because they learned about Pizzagate, and they're like, well, sex is just bad.
Cowards.
It leads to bad things.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not the sex that's bad; it's the consequences that are bad. Right?
It's the having billions of dollars that's bad.
Yeah.
Let's help them.
The only thing that I want shipped to me now is my new BMW. So specifically,
I think you mean BBW, right?
No, my BMW car. Because you see, it's so cheap now on Wayfair because BMW has actually cut out all of its features, and you have to pay them to use all those features on a month-by-month basis. So really,
I do love that. By the way, like for the price of a 2004 Corolla, you can get one child.
Christ.
These babies are
ridiculous.
going fast.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. Just the abject horror
There's a
of
subscription now?
basically.
Oh, yeah.
You're buying new cars, and instead of they're going after what Tesla did, where you buy the car, they have everything in there. Your seats, they could be heated. They also weigh like 2,000 pounds, but that doesn't matter. You could have if you can afford it one day, when you're done being a temporarily embarrassed millionaire, you can have heated seats. You could have Bluetooth on your radio if you pay for it. You can have the, I don't know how they do.
So
like,
they're
trim
selling
packages.
like the super stripped down things with available upgrades.
Basically.
Yeah, they've essentially turned BMWs as a vehicle into the Fortnite of cars, which
Yeah, can I get my BMW with ads so I don't have to pay for it? But every mile or something, I have to listen to a 30
Oh
second
my
ad.
God! It has smart technology, or like every month when you have to go in for an oil change, they change the back window to a different ad. For whatever. So it's just like, come watch Last of Us 2 or download. Fuck.
yeah,
Play,
no.
something.
While you're sitting in fucking miserable traffic, once Corona wraps up in fucking 2023 or whatever,
Or
you
you're
have
just in Florida.
To actually accelerate, you have to announce into your steering wheel. This traffic is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. If you want a fucking cool mobile experience with a million characters, and then you just slam your fucking head into the steering wheel and just die instantly, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I would ask them specifically to to give me the LED panel option. That's an upgrade that you have to pay for, but it just plays ads on the side of your car as you're driving.
Ooh, smart. Smart.
Do
Can it
they
also
offer
maybe like blind other drivers?
I was gonna say, do they offer a fucking a subscription that makes BMW drivers not total douchebags? Because I mean, come on.
God, I wish.
So, like, what's the baseline price for a BMW now?
I don't know. Like, are we looking
this.
at like $18,000? That's
It's
pretty.
very conspicuously not in this article. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Weird how that works.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
and I guess
If you
the
gotta
other
ask
thing
honey,
is also
you can't afford it.
Yeah, the other.
But I mean, like, that's literally them watering down their brand, right? Because now they're basically saying, well, a BMW now no longer means luxury. It just means that it's a vehicle.
No, it means that they don't have that dealerships don't have to carry as many vehicles on site because they'll have one trim package instead of having 8 or 10 different trim packages with different like features or chrome in this certain spot. You get one trim package, but then you can only unlock the features that you want. Which I'm assuming this isn't for like an entry-level car, but if it is for like entry-level cars, that means that you are now driving around a car that is worth a lot more than you're paying for it, so it's going to make your insurance more expensive.
You could jailbreak that shit.
I was gonna say,
jailbreak my
jailbreak the
BMW.
fucking thing.
Yeah, like someone's gonna hack this, right? Eventually.
They fucking better.
okay.
Aftermarket BMWs.
And here's the thing too. Like, think about how many problems they've had with like Toyotas with like what's the uncontrollable acceleration thing. And as cars get more and more electronic, like
Oh yeah,
your
you can
jailbreak.
start
like
this
it's a
car
bad
for free.
thing.
If you want to stop the car, that's gonna be $20 a month. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I'm afraid I can't
Listen,
slow
Zach,
down, Dave.
all of the scare tactics around technology, like, no, Kelton, don't do that. That it could lock up and you could go 100 miles an hour into your immediate death. No, don't do that. It'll scan your face, so then it can clone you. No, come on, Kelton. Like, just because it cloned you doesn't mean that your insurance rates will go up. Like, we've heard it all before.
Yeah, you split the
I
insurance with a
understand.
clone, obviously.
Yeah, I mean
Kelton,
they
I'm
are
afraid I
you, so
can't
like
stop
technically.
going faster. I'm afraid I can't stop going faster, Kelton.
It's Paul Walker, but he didn't die in a.
Oh shit!
He didn't die in
Here
the
it
thing.
comes.
He died.
Where we go one, we go all. Let's do this.
He died because he didn't pay for the anti-lock brake system on his Porsche.
Of
That'll get you every
course.
time.
Yeah.
Yep. Every time. That's why I don't drive.
I made
Yeah.
that mistake on my El Camino. Man.
Yeah.
I made a mistake watching El Camino. I understand.
It's gonna be real good when everything is subscription based, and nothing that you do is not monetized, and nothing you do like worse because you can't afford anything. You can no longer buy a baseline car and just drive a baseline car and like just whatever, it's fine. That's all you needed, you know?
Nope, it's got to be the fucking League of Legends of cars now.
Wait till this starts applying to like babies, and they're like, "Oh, you want the extra feature in your baby? That'll be another $30,000."
Yeah, it's
what's
Gattaca,
the extra feature? Eyes.
Yeah, all the shit you all the
Oh,
you want a mouth?
shit you get.
Oh, you gotta get this package.
Different Fortnite dances.
Oh my god! Once we develop the technology for me to
Oh
have,
no! What does it mean if you buy a new skin for your baby?
yeah, my Euro skins for my car, or do they transfer to my baby when I buy them? I mean, they're both the same brand. These are both Riot Games, you know.
Are these
products.
non-DRM? Are these DRM babies?
I paid $30 a month, so my child just looks like Deadpool, just an adult full
That's
Deadpool.
fucking good. Damn, that's good. Good stuff, Bo.
God.
First kid's name is Kyle, obviously.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Kid, Kyle _1337_XXX_ dank sniper. That's the whole username.
Instead of Chad, I think all of our generation millennials kids are all gonna be named Chaz instead.
Oh
Chop.
shit!
God.
Yeah. That's gonna be the rap style they're all fans of.
Chop
It
and
all
screwed
fucking
instead of
sincere.
chopped and screwed.
Ah,
Oh damn!
Damn.
Nice.
But yeah, capitalism is closing in, commodification continues, and until it stops, we won't stop podcasting it for you.
So speaking of subscription services,
if you have made it through this part of the unpaid podcast, that we think that you're a true comrade. We'd like to thank you for sticking around. We'd like to shout out all of our paying members, especially Scott for contributing to our dialectical tier, and Not Thomas Spencer and David for contributing to our Devil's Advocate tier. Thank you to our new patrons who have started funding our slow takeover of capitalism. We'll be replacing it with Capitalism 2, Capitalism with a Conscience.
a lot more dolphins.
A lot more dolphins.
orbs.
A lot more LSD. So if you haven't listened yet, listen to our latest Patreon exclusive episode, the special episode. It is a fucking
Special.
It is amazing. I don't know how to let you know without telling you what it is. How good it is to listen to.
Are reading. You and Dennis are reading State and Revolution on stream. Bo, what is this a special reading from?
Well, State and Revolution's good, but if you really want to understand what it is to envision a world post-capitalism, you got to read Theory, and that's what the special episode is. So yeah.
Remember, if you want to become a patron, you can do that for $5 a month or $1 a month, so you have $4 to spend on bail funds.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
So,
more importantly, our beloved guest Cooper here. What have you got to plug? What's going on in your world?
So obviously just the podcast in general. Machinic Unconscious Happy Hour can be found at any of your local podcast providers. When does this episode
Also
drop?
in our show notes.
When does
Tuesday.
Should be
Tuesday. So my episode this week is looking at Posadas, and I've read that book. I forget. It's like Apocalypse, Communism. It's like Posadas. Apocalypse.
Oh hell
Communism.
yeah! We had the author of that on a few weeks back.
Nice. Yeah. So I had Andy on the show, and that episode actually is dropping tonight. So that'll be out
Hell
Tuesday.
yeah. Andy's cool as
the-
fuck. I love that.
Andy's very cool.
Let's see what else. I've got some pretty cool ones coming up. I've got Franco Bifo Berardi going to be coming on the show in August at some point. I've done some recent episodes with Todd McGowan that are pretty dank. I've been doing an ongoing series of readings on Felix Guattari's The Machinic Unconscious that are really good with the guy that actually translated the book into English. So those are pretty good recent episodes to check out. Let's see.
No way inspired the podcast name.
A little bit, yeah. So that was the other part. It was Psychic Dolphin Garage and Felix Guattari. So I mashed those together. Of course, dialectics again. That's the dialectical movement of history.
Yeah.
And
this
then
is this is us up there with the greats. Us and us and great philosophers.
Yeah, the real DNG is dolphins and guitar.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. I'm on the podcast Twitter account is at unconsciousHH. I'm on Instagram as well at unconsciousHH. And then if you want to follow my terrific shitposting account, I would highly recommend that as well at anarcho-muadab.
Fucking love that.
Yeah. Also, I should go without saying, but check out all the links to that in the show notes. So, Dennis, what else is happening and all that fun stuff in your world?
I'm working on a script. Probably not going to end up on Psychic Dolphin Garage, though, because it is local history. But I don't know if y'all really like the KKK and learning how much...
love the KKK here.
God.
But yeah.
I can't imagine a day without the KKK.
If you love learning about how they've shaped Southern California's history in all the wrong ways, look out for a video on that on my channel fairly soon. Probably also on my Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That is what's up. All right. Well, I guess that's gonna be doing it as an episode.
Yeah. Don't miss our stream because we're always doing something fun on Tuesdays and Fridays.
Bo's sim will kiss my sim again.
And again. And again.
And again and again and again. And probably kill us in a grilling accident again.
Again.
Nice.
It's again always interesting stuff happening there. So without further ado, y'all, deuces.
Howdy, y'all. Don't forget to follow our link tree in the show notes to discover new things like our Discord, social media platforms, and all the places where you can listen to our podcast. Word of mouth is the best way to introduce us and other leftist creators to friends, family, coworkers, your AA buddies. Community is about more than hot takes online. And if you want to support our efforts, you can donate to us at patreon.com/psychicdolphingarage, which is spelled how it sounds. Hope to see you on the stream tonight. Enjoy this music by JJ Demon.
How the fuck I still got a full head of hair? Not a single gray. Fuck the cops, family first, every single day. Bringing a charm when I ring the alarm. My arms got a box cutter insignia. We gotta abolish ICE, abolish it. No need to apologize, the Holocaust apologists. For no reason we colonized the land and put up monuments. Dope needles, dollar signs, the globe stands in astonishment. I hope there'll be a punishment. I really wanna get bloody. I really wanna stand in judgment of anybody taking money from anybody in the struggle. Anybody on a budget. Poor people getting 10 to 20 for some dumb shit. Corporations incorporating a bloodlet. Mark my fucking words, this coup will not be bloodless. Mark my fucking words, this coup will not be bloodless. Mark my fucking words, this coup will not be bloodless. Mark my fucking words, this coup will not be bloodless. Mark my fucking words, this coup will not be bloodless. Mark my fucking words, this coup will not be bloodless. Mark my fucking words.